Taking those deep breaths. Setting back, tuning into yourself. Let the information take you to where you want to be. Making conscious self-care moves. Thank you for dancing and breathing with me today. Greetings in love and kindness, family. I'm Karen Khadija Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self Healthcare educator and host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Community, this is your time to share your wellness stories and how you move from disease care to conscious self-health care. I want to hear your story. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation each Wednesday. Call in and share how you shift out of chronic disease care stress. Right here on InnerlightRadio.com, the healing frequency. This is Dr. K, and I am looking forward to our conversation. So call in and share. Health is consciousness, and healing is a function of consciousness. Come on, family. It's time to rock the world with the new frontier of conscious self-health care, while I share my wellness story with you right here on InnerlightRadio.com, the healing frequency. That's right, family. We got to rock the world. Making those conscious self-health care moves. Mental observation is essential for self-success. Taking those deep breaths. Moving that body, taking the time to tune into yourself during this hour.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the streets with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. I'm gonna make that change. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize
There are some with no home, without a nickel to loan. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone?
changes ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. Try to get it right while you got the time, 'cause when you close your heart, you close your mind. Na 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 na. Make that change. Oh yeah. Change.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show 6/20/2022. You all know from past shows that we share the truth to ourselves while we're on the friendship train ride. Because there's no greater friend than being a friend to yourself first. And then you recognize the energy in others. My beloved friend of 48 years, Brother Humam Abdulmalik, as he would say, El-Hajj Humam Abdulmalik, Heru, known as Larry T. Williams and Baby Boy Williams, have been around my energy for over 45 years. Our brother made his transition to the ancestral realm, and I will honor his energy and his relationship to my life as my energy, my vibration, and my body tells me to do, because it was a long and interesting journey of friendship and kindness when you look through the eyes of humanity. This show was aired in 2018, and we talked about healthcare, and there are many more shows to come. I am looking forward to finding out the cause that was listed by medical industry for Brother Humam Abdulmalik. He shared his health journey, gave me permission to document his health journey, and I'm looking forward of all the many things through this past 5 years that they had said was going on with this brother medically. I'm looking forward to seeing what the final results that they have determined was the cause of his earthly death. It will be an interesting journey for me, but it's the second time that I was given an opportunity to do something like this in my life, when a sister friend, Cara Beer, gave me the permission to document her life as she understood the science of lithology more and more before her transition. So family, community, and friends, I'm taking deep rise. Deep rise. I'm taking deep vibes. I'm taking a soul. I'm taking a hold of my soul, of my heart, of my energy, and I will continue this journey that I have been on documenting for the past strongly 5 years, but 10 years altogether. Deep breathe. You on the friendship train ride. This is my conversation when we honored Brother Humam Abdulmalik with the Hadari Abdul Ali Award in Conscious Self Healthcare. Peace and love, family. I'm Reverend Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self Healthcare educator. And yes, it is time to become your own wellness doctor. And take those deep, 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 deep lymphatic breaths and join us every Wellness Wednesday right here on InnerLightRadio.com, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Greetings, everyone. Are you still taking care of your human body field cellular malfunctions from an outdated healthcare system? Why not shift out of chronic disease care, stress, pharmaceuticals, vaccines, and surgery, and step up to energetics, epigenetics, and quantum health and healing with me? Step up and take control of your health journey. I offer you one free human body field voice scan from your computer or phone. Instant access to your scan results and more free quantum health information. For more details, visit ConsciousSelfCare.com. ConsciousSelfcare.com, or call Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, 202-248-7749. Yes, it's time to be your own wellness doctor.
Let it hit the base of the spine. And as we deep breathe and we share and we connect through the breath, we're going to let that energy vibrate out. And as you know, every area within the spine reaches an organ or system to intersect the areas of the cells. And we're asking for peace, harmony, balance, and cleansing for everyone as we coming into what they say this time of year, a new year, as we come into the Nagra Saba and we celebrate self, community, oneness, community, and love. So we send our energy out to everyone that they will continue to have a blessed life from the vibration within, knowing thyself and knowing who they are, and tuning into themselves. As one of my key poems is, tune into yourself through the magic of poetry. What's your song? What's your story in your heart? Sing it into a positive vibration. And once again, thank you for joining me on this last show of 2018. And let me see, I think Skype is so new, and Skype is where they send things through you, but I'm thinking that Brother Humam is on the line with us. Is he here with us?
Yes, I am, my sister. I'm on the line with you, listening to your beautiful program and your beautiful voice.
Well, thank you so very much, Humam Abdulmalik, for joining us on the last day of this year, but the first day of Kwanzaa. So, Habari Ghani to you.
Umoja, unity in our community. That's what it's all about. All right.
And that's what this call is all about. Unity and connecting and honoring you with the Hadari Abdul Ali Conscious Self Healthcare Award of the Year. This award, given in the name of Hadari Abdul Ali, the brother came to me and said to me, you can go ahead, and I know you're looking to switch that name from the award that you already have, and you can use my name and honor me because of our relationship, the relationship that we had before he made his transition, how he got into conscious self-healthcare, and that connection that he wanted to keep and share with the community. And I know him, met him first, but then I realized that he was a close friend of yours, and so we kind of got closer in understanding each other's vibration through your vibration. And so, and him saying to me that he was willing to allow his name to be used for this community self-care honor, because how he took control of his health, how he decided to do some things for himself, even though he still incorporated Western medicine, but he still took control of things. And so he told me to honor Brother Humam Abdulmalik out of Washington, D.C. And I'm saying, why you want me to do what, Hadar? He said, yes, I want you to honor this brother, you know. And I was like, well, I know his journey. I know his life. And, you know, and he was like, yeah, and I want you to honor him. And I want him to be able to share, definitely to, not singling out communities, but definitely to the Islamic community who kind of holds on to indoctrines and things like that. Because Adari had to shift some energy when he came to me to look at how he was going to care for his health based on his religion and what he practiced. And he was able to do some things. But in the end, he still stuck with Western medicine. So it's like he wanted me to honor you in a sense that you maybe be able to share with people how you consciously were able to shift your energy and allow quantum health healing to come into you and still understand the benefits of practicing whatever we may believe in religion. So as our past guest has done, Ayohande Kendi, Debbie, both of them shared a wellness journey with us and a little bit about their journey. And so I'm going to ask you to just sit back, introduce yourself a little bit, and tell us why you agreed to accept this honor as a Conscious Self Healthcare Award from Adari Abdul-Ali's name.
Oh, well, my name is Humam Abdulmalik, courageous journalist, servant of the Golden Lord. I'm a people's person, I'm a race man, and I'm a realist. I'm a realist, and I know I don't go based on faith or belief. I go on research, knowledge, and tangible things that I can say that is correct. It's a science. It's a science to everything. It's like mathematics. 1 and 1 is 2. When you add another one, it becomes 3. And that's my proclivity. And I say that with in accepting this award from you through Hadari Ali, a great brother that I was very familiar with when he was on WPFW. As you know, I used to go on WPFW and do poetry in the park. Poetry Avenue with Marcella Polible, and my Hadari used to come on at about 5 o'clock as we was going on, because we was being there from 2 to 5, me and Marcella. And you had came on a couple of times because you're a poetic yourself. But it is a great honor, a very great honor, and I'm so grateful, filled with so much gratitude and appreciation in the spirit of my ancestor, Hadari Ali. I was looking at his picture earlier today. Me, him, and Marcella was there, the monument, looking at a jazz concert. He was in the middle of me and Marcella. And it was a great picture that Marcelo keep on his Facebook page. I had it on mine, too. And then yourself, Khadija, was a great inspiring entity in my life to bring me into the reality of conscious self-healing on the Harriet Tubman train, because that's how I look at her. I look at her as a Harriet Tubman on the modern day, on a freedom train, to emancipate ourselves from medical enslavement of the medical industrial complex. It's all about money and synthetic poison to poison us, to keep us addicted to their non-genetic medicine, to a synthetic addiction to keep us pulling money out of our pocket. And she, when I met her and she was telling me about all of this informational medicine and quantum health and everything, because I was Islamically inclined at the time, and I'm looking at her like, what you talking about? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Information medicine. Then she showed me pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. She showed me apparatuses that when I put my hand on it, it showed my whole body and the ailments that was wrong with me. And I say, hey, the doctor, I went to a doctor and had a checkup, and the doctor said something that was wrong with me, that this apparatus came up and said about that and other things. And she said that you have to change your diet, you have to change your consciousness and this and that, this and that to get better, to heal yourself. I said, if you're going to be the person that bring me here, ain't you going to take me by the hand and lead me? She said, no, it's about self-healing. I'm not going to do nothing for you. And I'm looking at it. You done gave me all this information, and I don't even know what you're talking about. Then you going to let me go? I was in the front here like I'm on the Star Trek, you know. And I said, yes, he said, that's the way it is. Because I'm not doing it. You're doing it. You're your own doctor. It's self-doctoring. And I looked at it and I thought about it. Then I started reading and researching and stuff. And it is about self-healing, that your body heals every, 7 weeks or 35 days, certain areas of your body. Self-healing. I said, man, that's great. And my body's self-healing, then I don't need to be taking all these medicines. Then I stopped taking medicines that I was taking, and I started feeling better. She said, you need to take it a step further and change your diet. I said, what? Well, I like that chicken. I like that steak and fish. He said, just try it. Then I started eating more raw foods, right? And then me and her became close friends to the point that I would come over and say, why don't you cook me one of them dinners, the salad you made the other day? And she would do it. And then I changed my diet. Not saying that not eating meat is better than just eating fruit and vegetables, but it was good for me. And what's good for the goose ain't always good for the gander, but they say what's good for the goose is good for the gander. But it's the decision that you, the decision that you make, what you feel is better for you. See, I do a lot of work, and I do a lot of reading, studying, and spiritually. And she used to always tell me, you don't know who you are. And I'm looking at her, I'm a Muslim. She said, no, you don't know who you are. I said, what is she talking about? Man, I'm practicing, I'm worshiping the Creator and all that. She kept saying that every time we see each other. Then I got into some other studies, right? And then next thing I know, I'm saying, man, this is man-made religion. You know, Christianity, Islam, and all that, even though they're good for people, you know, they're even good to worshiping those genders of religion. But what happened to me is that naturally and universally and spiritual, the universal essence became my blessing. And I tell you, people can say what they want to say, but when you are chosen and energy come into you, you're going to be the euphoria that you occur in your essence when it happens is, man, something you ain't never experienced before in your life. And I've experienced a lot of stuff in my lifetime. I'm talking about, you know, don't tell nobody though. Long time ago when I was young, you know, window pane and purple haze and all that, you know, I was dealing with Jimi Hendrix. So I did that a couple of times and I hallucinated. I seen a spider come in my face and spin a big colorful web. So you can't tell me nothing about hallucination because I experienced that in a young age. And then here's the other aspect of my experience that is a truthful, is an axiom in my life, a universal truth, a reality that opened my, what they say, third eye and made me more spiritually inclined and more universal in my thinking and everything, in my thinking, eating, whatever, my living. I was in my apartment and I don't know why I was talking to my brother on the phone and just felt like something just came in my head and went through my body. Then I got to looking at myself and I got to talking and I said, man, I know I'm crazy, but am I going crazy? I had to go look in the mirror and ask myself that. But the euphoria is so great. Then that added to everything, to my spirituality. So I was Muslim, right? Then I went and got saved where my people from in Catholic, Virginia. Then I went down Union Temple and I got baptized. And I tell you, this is not no lie. This is my reality. I be Muslim, Christian, and Jew and all that because the brother told me how to become an Hebrew, and now it's just reading compassion. So, but I say, all these things, I felt no greater feeling being closer to the Creator and my ancestors. You know, ancestors is another important factor in our growth and development, you know, in this plane and dimension. And in quantum health and quantum information, we got to have that connection to, as individuals, we come into, we can say, the light of living a righteous life and taking on the understanding. We have to understand the inner verse that's within us, because, like, it's plain and simple. The temple, we have two temples on the physical, in the physical realm. When you go to the temple, what you do? You go worship, right? So if you got two temples, then that tells me the temple is the doorway and the opening to going in the doorway to worship the energy of the Creator. So I say to myself, the energy is in me. So that them years way back when Khadijah, I used to call her doctor. Don't tell her. She don't like being called doctor, Dr. Khadijah. But she was my doctor. I don't care what she say. But anyway, she used to always say the thing about, you don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. She kept saying, what is she trying to say? I ain't God. I ain't this and that. But when that happened to me, encouraged me, it made me understand, and overstand, more so understand, because my DNA is the divine precept. And it allowed me to know that the divine energy lies in me. That's a little minute part of it. Gives me so much power to be connected with the universe, from my universe to my understanding. And then I got to go back to the ancient future and be on this plane of understanding in a matriotic way. I have to give power to the feminine energy first and foremost, because that's what they twisted and turned around, those who control the universe. But see, they have no control over us as individuals. And I got on that freedom train with Khadijah, and I've been on ever since. See, I journey up and down that train, from the front of the train all the way back to the caboose, because I know there's other people out there that's trying to get on. They're trying to find their way. They're trying to be self-healing, but they don't know. They're scared to step into the reality. The reality is for us to become our own doctors and deal with real medicine in the medicine cabinet, in the garden. That's the real medicine cabinet. See, we are live beings, and live beings should eat live food, whatever it be. It should be it's more healthy, but we got to eat proteins and have minerals and all that. But on my journey, I'm so thankful and appreciative for this sister not taking my hand, but pointing the way and say, here's the information. And then she put me on that machine, another machine, because I had 2 blood clots, right, on my lungs. And I had, pneumonia. I didn't even know it. But she put me on the machine and it showed it. And then that gave me more foundation of not belief, but knowing, knowledge, something tangible with the informational medicine and also the apparatuses that she used in that paradigm of being giving you the collection of knowledge about what's going on with your own body. Once you know what's going on with your body, then it's up to you to be somebody, and that's your personal self-doctor.
And take care of yourself.
Yeah, and you got to take care of yourself. Continue to do it. She just gonna tell you and say, "I told you, you got to do it this way," and you're gonna be like, "What? You're gonna be all that." But you just got to accept the reality and the fact that she's gonna give you. And if you accept it and go with it, you're gonna be a better human being.
It's called conscious self-health care, making conscious self-health care moves. Mental observation view is essential for your success. So that means what you did was, and what I try to do, and I say try because the person has to take on the responsibility for themselves. So I'm giving you the information for you to become your own wellness doctor. And all the years that I've been into holistic health care and quantum health care, I've come to learn that you just can't write out a plan for people and tell them how to adjust. You have to give them the information and let them see and let them incorporate it into their being, because your beliefs and your understanding is what's going to help your body heal, not mine. I might be a person to say you need to be a raw eater 100%. I might be a person to say that now that you're going through what you're going through and you've been doing a lot of processed foods, a lot of meats, you may need to cut back. Everything that we take brings about a different shift and journey for our body. But basically, it depends on our state of consciousness, where we are. Sometimes you can eat something and it makes you feel well. You're in a good state of consciousness. Sometimes you can eat something that make you feel bad. That's why it's called conscious self-health care, so you can take care of yourself. So when I have people like Brother Humam Abdulmalik that comes to me and works with me and can take on that responsibility, no matter how long it may take them, because when you're working with me, I'm going to keep bringing it back to you the same way. I'm going to share more information with you. I'm going to let you see what your body is saying to you through the tools that I use. And once again, you can go to consciousselfcare.com, CONSCIOUSSELF care.com. The show, the name is For Cell Life, the number 4, the word cell, CELLLIFE.com. Click on those links and learn about the Nest Health Wellness Tool, bioenergetic tools that read your human body field. You can understand exactly what energy is flowing in and out of your body, what your organs are trying to let you know energetically. And on a physical level, I work with the Max Pulse system that most Western doctors use to diagnose every disease known to man. When you understand what's actually going on with the autonomic nervous system, your sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system, know about your heart, know about your arteries, you can better determine about what you're taking and what you're doing and maybe causing your body to be in this state of imbalance. Like I say with myself, when you go through so much, no matter what you know, no matter what you're working with, even in your understanding of the stresses that you go through, your body still has a response to it. Your body still goes through something. Like I said, have recovered 100% from a stroke. I have full movement. I don't show it too well unless you're looking at me hard. And then you may think I was born with a limp. You may not know that it was due from a stroke. Because sometimes I still feel that bloatiness. I feel like the Goodyear blimp, and it throws my balance off sometime. But to physically look at me, you can't really tell. And it's about how people tend to care for themselves. And so when Adari Abdul-Ali came to me and told me in his honor, because he wants to be able to share with the community that no matter what your beliefs are, no matter what religion you're following or what doctrine you're understanding, it's really about sitting back, looking at how you've been caring for your own body. And he wanted to deliver that message as a wholeness to the community, not a part of any particular doctrine. And so when I realized that you had also had shifted your energy from being this die-hard, as I like to, die-hard Muslim, if you don't mind me saying that, and understanding better how the body works and who you are, I really felt more better in giving you this honor that was, not that I really have a choice, because when energy speaks and tells me to do something, I normally follow it and stay out of it no matter what I may know or think or want to inject in it. But I'm glad that you had aligned with how to better take care of yourself. And I like the fact, Humam Abdulmalik, everybody keeps saying, well, I be telling them to become a vegan or a vegetarian or a raw eater. It depends on how you're eating, where you are, and what you're doing. And I may say you may need to readjust some things, because people always say, well, Dr. K, what do you do? Karen Davis-Foulks eats whatever she wants, when she wants, and why she wants it. I don't deny myself anything, but I do things in balance and harmony. And I tell you, with this stroke and understanding about connective tissues and a little bit other things and things that we have to do, some things you just can't get from a plant-based diet. You have to be willing to be flexible once you understand things. But again, life is what? A state of consciousness. So it's truly about whatever you think is going to be best for you. That is truly what is going to really work for you in your body. And even if something happens and what you wasn't doing right shows up later, it still was your choice. So it's been my pleasure to be able to honor you with this award in the Adari Abdul-Ali name, and to let people understand about how to better care for themselves. And it's great when a person can sit back and really review things and make adjustments and make shifts and for themselves based on how they have shifted their own energy. And that's what we all have to be able to do, not to be so diehard and so stuck in a dynamic of thinking that we don't allow ourselves to shift for the betterment of our own self based on some beliefs or some tradition that's been in our family, that's been in our community for so long that we can't see beyond what is needed for ourselves. And that's what conscious self-health care is all about. And through all the modalities and years of studying that I've had, that I've come to now be able to share it with other people. So we're going to get ready and take a station break for a moment, and we're going to come back and finish sharing a conversation with the newly elected advisory neighborhood commissioner, Humam Abdulmalik, out of Washington, D.C., will be sworn in on January 2nd, Advisory Neighborhood Commissioner, Ward 8, ABO 6. We're having a conversation. He is the recipient of the Adari Abdul-Ali Conscious Self-Health Care Award for 2018. So we're going to take a station break, and we're going to hear some poetry done and composed by Humam Abdulmalik, and then we'll come back and finish the conversation. Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal healthcare prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified anthologist and Nest healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes, and those genes do not control your biology? Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the friendship train to healthcare freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, forcelllife.com. The number 4, the words cell, CELLLIFE.com.
I am the substance of life without a price, because I am free and cannot be sold or bought. I don't care what your children were taught. In life, I'm a spiritual warrior, an African ninja, and I don't care if I offend you, because I am here to bend the lie back into truth. No longer will truth and falsehood be strangely mixed. I see your tricks, lies, and manipulations because of your melanin frustrations, because you be tracing my dreams, builders of pyramids and great civilizations, and the ultimate in race relations. So therefore, I was never a slave nor a nigger. You see, I have faith in God and don't have to see him to believe in him. So therefore, I can't develop a God complex and take everything out of context, like marriages of the same sex. No reproduction, so what's the function? The maker of man-made laws gone mad like Nero, your hero, playing his violin as the world burns out of control by those in control with no soul and no passion for the masses. But you can't control me. I'm mentally free. Never was I a slave nor a nigger. You will never be able to figure me out, because I'm the mystery of ancient and future time, and a long line of masterminds and griots, the keepers of our story. So in this so-called post-racial era, it becomes clear that everything is out of control, as the people with soul are sold a new culture identity without indemnity, as you become your own enemy once again, as the system that hasn't changed has you believe in social equality has been obtained just because of the frame of one African king in a society of Europeans who surrounds him. Do you think they treat him like the next of kin? Or he's really their friend? Just look at the Republicans and how they vote. My third eye is open, and I see clearly. It's merely hypocrisy being paraded as democracy for the republic in which it stands. Oh, say, can't you see? It's all connected, from the sinking of the Lithuania to the present-day chaos by the Iranians. Man-made pandemics without limits, standing on the verge of total economical plan collapse. And this don't have nothing to do with the Zodiac. It goes a long way back to the Knights Templars of Solomon, who became to learn the elders of Zion, lying in wait to implement the next phase of the plan. As they have commercialized the revolutionary slogan, power to the people. And the people don't know what they be buying, because the RIS, Federal Reserve, and the international bankers all be lying. The final sign of the New World Order being put into place. But you see, I never was a slave or a nigger, and I figure one aim, one purpose, one goal for those with melanin in their souls as God's plan unfolds.
one purpose for those with melanin in their soul. That is I Never Was a Slave Nor a Nigger by Humam Abdulmalik out of Washington, D.C. He is a prophetic poet. He is also the founder of Black and Eyes, Inc., a nonprofit that deals with Conscious Chess Moves program, where he works with the youth with moving them through the game of life by learning the game of chess. You can visit www.blackandeyes.weebly.com to learn more about the Conscious Chess Moves program that we support not only in the Washington, D.C. area, but every area that we can to help our youth elevate their consciousness to better understanding how to maneuver and move in the world, and doing that through the game of chess. Brother Humam Abdulmalik is joining us live today. He is also the host of the Black and Eyes Report that you can hear him every weekday around about 7 a.m. on the Facebook Live on his page, Facebook Live, Humam Abdulmalik. And he shares his thoughts for the day with the community on how to move themselves beyond whatever stagnation environment that they may have themselves in. And he do it through the words of poetry, as well as he's prophetic with his words. And so once again, Brother Humam Abdulmalik, I want to thank you for joining me today, accepting the award, the Hadari Abdul Ali Award for this year, and sharing your wellness story. So community, you can visit Facebook at Wellness Stories 2019 to share your wellness story, to be a part of the anthology of wellness stories that I will be producing next year in 2019. So you can connect with me through my website, through my name, through Interlight Radio. You can send me a message to learn more about that. And also, Brother Humam Abdulmalik was very instrumental in doing a boycott this year, given to him by the ancestors. He started this boycott in July of boycotting all holidays, just understanding the history of holidays and the real impact and effect that they have on the black community worldwide. And he called for a national boycott worldwide to not only look at how you celebrate these holidays, but also to look at how we support one another throughout the diaspora, throughout the universe, really, and that we need to start networking and coming back to create a black Wall Street once again, networking. And that's not to take away from any other race, but all races does it, so why not and why should not we start doing it right now, putting our dollars together? And as he formulated that day, we worked closely together. And so we came with the hashtag, and you hear me often say it on this show right here, pound Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham. And when you go to that hashtag, you'll see how we are connecting. There's also a Facebook group, Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham, that you can put in any information that can connect us globally around the world to work to support with one another. And I want to honor you for taking on that goal from the ancestors when they came to you and said, create this day and let's start doing this universe around the world and getting back and building that Wall Street. And as we begin to close out the show, I want to let you share with us what do the words one love, one community, living in unity, what does that say to you, and how are you giving that information back out to our community to come back and stand strong with each other and build this economic empowerment around the world, truly keeping our dollars to rotate within our community, not just 10 times, but let's just say 120 times before it goes into any other community. Humam.
Well, it's a holistic endeavor. And I feel so much gratitude and appreciation to be honored with this award from Brother Haddad. Through your hands, through the ancestors, by divine decree. And on that note, how do I reach the people, in particular our people, our race? Excuse me. I do it because by divine decree, that's what's instilled in me through my learning, through my path, and my journey. Excuse me 1 second, please.
You are listening to. Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me.
No, go ahead.
With my journey and my perspective, my spiritual journey is all holistic and universal. And as you said, the ancestor plays the most important aspect in giving black the information that is contained in my DNA. And through my words of, I say wisdom, words of research, and words that is given to me in that foundation of being a race man, a black man, a spiritual, universal man, man who not, I used to say that I would live, I may die for my people, I would kill for my people. No, that's not the correct concept or perception. Today, I will live for my people. Living for my people, living a righteous life with the insight of my ancestors. Living a righteous life with balanced diet, balanced equilibrium and activity in the community, being an example. You have to be an example, not only to yourself, your household, but you got to extend yourself as an extended family member. You got to know who your neighbor is. You got to know what's going on in your community. You got to be a people's person. You got to attract the people to you, and you got to be attracted to them. You got to know the concerns, the ills, the social ills of the people. You got to know the history, the story of our relationship with other people on the planet. And as you know, we've been so indoctrinated against ourselves in the mannerism that our story has been distorted. We have to get to the truth. And the truth of the matter is we are the original people on the planet, and by being such, we must cultivate the seeds that we bring from our being. You know, when we have seeds, we got to cultivate them and bring them up with discipline. We got to be going through the rites of passages. We got to deal with us as a people, everything about us, our story, our history, and who we are in reality. We have to come back into ourselves to know thyself, as our ancestors said. Our ancestors also said that the truth is at your stone, and that stone is on the walls of an ancient Kemet here by the Colorado River and all that. See, they don't tell us what's really going on, but also the stone where the truth is at the stone is in our dome. The skull is like that stone within our minds, the essence of our being. That truth is that. It's etched in our heart and mind, in our DNA. And what you got to do, you got to communicate that truth. You got to walk that truth. You got to be that light of truth. And it got to be a divine light. And you got to have people like Dr. Khadijah that's right there to give you that information, to tell you to get on board the freedom train so that you can maintain your sanity about your health. Your health is your lineal wealth. Your health is your lineal wealth to connect you to your ancestors. And I once again say we have to deal with the natural medicine, the medicine cabinet, which is the gardens and all that. See, we got to realize that they take medicine from the fruit and vegetables. That's where medicine comes from. So now why not eat the raw fruit and vegetable where they take and extract these minerals and everything from the vegetables and make medicine? But now what they're doing now, they're trying to control the food process with the GMOs. So we got to watch out about that. And we got to be realistic. We got to be forthright. We got to deal with principles like we dealing with Kwanzaa the first day. Abar Ghani, it's emoji. Then we got Kukuchakalia. We got Ujima. We got Udama. We got Nia. We got Kuumba. We got Imani. And each one of them have a principle that we should abide by. Like today is about unity. This unity of me receiving this word from this beautiful sister, Dr. Khadijah, with her spiritual appetite to lift up the people and give them guidance to where they can become their own physicians and heal themselves with information, with pharmaceuticals and quantum health and all that. And see, but like I said, Our wealth is our lineal wealth. People be wanting money and all that. But if we deal with our health, then everything's going to come to us through the spiritual guidance of ourselves, of understanding ourselves, of knowing ourselves and who we are as a people. And like the sister said earlier, I heard her say that I am the advisory neighborhood commissioner of small single member ABO 6 of Ward 8, Washington, D.C. Because of her help, and the information, campaigning, hitting doors and all that, the people selected me. Now, it's not what I'm doing, it's what we're doing as a community. As a community, we're going to establish a neighborhood again. We're going to establish family again and partnership in the community, bringing the community together and being a neighborhood once again. Like in the 60s, when we were coming up, well, I was coming up, I'm forever young though. We used to be able to leave our doors open. And you might get 4 or 5 whippings coming from school if you did something wrong. The teacher used to smack you in the hand with the ruler and all that. We got away from that. We got to get back to that. We got to get back to that. And it ain't like I'm a race man and I'm not racist. But we got to deal with our social ills because we've been affected by a virus in our studies, in our religion, in our health and everything. So we got to take control of our life and our path for righteousness. On the pathway of our ancestors by divine decree, and I say Black African spirituality because I just be that type of personality.
Black African spirituality and your reality, and that is so very, 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 very true. Very, very true.
That's a lot of truth there.
That's a lot of truth there. And sometimes it's kind of difficult for people to sit back and reassess and reevaluate. And so much is going on in the world that right now, family, community, and friends, this is the time. This is the season. And I like to say that during this Kwanzaa season of understanding the Nagra Saba and how that is a way of life. Our brother from the United States adopted that understanding from African culture. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of living. It's not just something that we do once a year or in lieu of Christmas. It's the way that we need to be to work in unity. And we need to have, starting with the first day of Kwanzaa, which is unity, we need to build this wall of unity around the world, Black people coming together. So once again, under that hashtag, Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham, look it up. Share what you're doing. Share what's available. Let people know what's going on. Let us network together and let us silently, quietly, but swiftly move around the world and build this network that's just going to shock that culture of people when they look up and say, what happened? How did they get it together?
Right.
What made them finally connect and realize their greatness? We have done everything in the world to bring them not from understanding, not working together, not seeing in unity. But it's time and it's happening, and we just need to get those links stronger so we can see it around the world. And one of the ways we can do that is through that hashtag, by keeping us abreast of what's going on and how we can work together. So once again, it's been a long year. It's been since April. I'm thankful that you were now able to join us to accept your honor and to share your journey of how you self-care for yourself when your body gets into that state of a cellular malfunction. And that's what we all need to do, is to take the time to take all the information that we have and become our own wellness doctors. So once again, you are tuned into the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show. I'm your host, Karen Khadija Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self Healthcare Educator. Joining me today is Brother Humam Abdulmalik, the newly elected ANC Commissioner in Washington, D.C., Ward ABO 6, have a new plan of going back to the foundation of the old, getting back into community, networking, becoming together, knowing how we can support and uplift and help one of us, all of us, Ubuntu, the community, working together. We are all each other's parents. We're all each other's cousins, sisters, brothers, and we need to build that unity once again and make it strong around the world. You see, we want to vibrate so high.
Amen.
We want to vibrate so high that toxic people in your life fall back because they no
That's
longer
right.
know how to approach you because you're new. You're brand new. You want to be brand new. And you want to let people know that you are brand new and that you're working in unity, and nothing is going to separate us any longer, because that's their greatest fear, that if we ever unite and change our faith, it's going to bring about the mighty, mighty shift. Once again, I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to share my truth, my journey, Conscious Self Healthcare, to help you do the same right here on Inner Light Radio, the healing frequency, which I love this vibration, and all the shows is coming on. And it's been a great honor. And I know we've talked to Brother Humam Abdulmalik. We have over a 40-year relationship, friendship. You're going to be coming back on throughout next year to share with me on the conversation, Heart to Heart, Healthy Living, Conscious Self Healthcare Radio Show. And again, people, you can tune in to Humam Abdulmalik on Facebook Live every morning around about 7 o'clock on his page. He's sharing some motivational talk to help the community become one and unite. And family around the world, it is definitely time to do that. So I want to thank you again for joining me, Brother Humam Abdulmalik. It's a pleasure being in your company, working with you, not only for your ANC commission work, but also as being your coordinator for programs with Black and Eyes Inc. To bring about a unity to support our kids throughout the United States and beyond, with understanding the game of chess, understanding the game of life, and how to make those conscious self-health care moves as they're moving through life. So family, community, and friends, I want you to take a deep, 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 deep breath. I'm going to come back next year, regular broadcasting every Wednesday, and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Inner Light Radio family. And I'm closing out. I think I got like 2 minutes before I close out. And I want to just share this poem with you on our way out real quickly. Faith is the last principle of Kwanzaa, January the 1st. So step in the new year with some new faith in yourself. Change your faith. Reach deep, deep down inside. Remove your faith not of God's. You are holding on to what you don't know. It's stored in a folder of God's faith way. Search your hard drive. Find the folder. Look deep, deep down the tree. Remove the files that are right protected. Release the shutter and open wide. Life is going to make you feel whole again inside. Turn away from controlled faith and give your faith to divine faith. The faith of the world, you see, is not the right way. Walk on his wisdom, not of the world's wisdom. See, not of this world, but of his world. See the wisdoms of life, true faith. Take no thought to what you think. From this world source, life does not grow. Seek first the highest consciousness of life. This is your kingdom to heaven. For what you think and feel, family, community, and friends, is what you are most definitely creating. The universe asks no questions. Hold your ears wide open. The answers to your life question. He knows the plan. He created the path. Walk on his faith and see good. For he created you in his image, not the image of this world's life. For you are the root and the offspring of his blessed way. He gave you the right to a good life. It is up to you to have the heart and mind to change your faith. His faith is responsible for bringing the invisible to the visible. I say make your thoughts his thoughts. To develop and gradually move forward from one mansion to another. See, family, community, and friends, the files in the folder, they're not right protected. See the issues of this world not to be true. His faith creates a world of good for peace, wealth, health, love, joy, happiness, harmony, truth, and serenity. So change your faith to God's tremendous faith. Renew your mind, renew your minds, not by tuning into others, by tuning into yourself and see that God is right there, right there, right there, right there inside of each and every one of you. You are the manifestation of this oneness. So let's unite. Community of black folks around the world. Under that hashtag, Black People's Comedic Boycott Ham, let's create this infrastructure And do what, Brother Humam Abdulmalik, on our closing out?
Unify in unity. Unify and live in one aim, one purpose, one goal, with one soul. Universal essence, the matriotic essence, and be in our blessing. Say Ashe, Ubantu, Namaste, one love on the freedom train. The herd doesn't ride. Emancipate yourself from medical slavery.
Thank you for tuning in to Heart, Healthy Living, the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation radio show. And next year, be ready to ask the question, what's your wellness story, family? How you want to help the world here through hearing about your story as I continue to share my story. Peace, blessings, and love, and look forward to our communication in 2019. Thank you, Jamal. Thank you so much for being available for us to share worldwide.
You're welcome so much.
Wow, family, that was a great show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self-Health Care Conversation radio show right here on Inner Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELLLIFE.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self-Health Care radio show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self-health care. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday.